Hello everybody, Jordan here with Cloud Underground on another Friday. I hope everybody is doing well this week and looking forward to a good weekend. Today I'm here to show you what I do with some of the 3D models that we've been creating in Blender in the last few weeks. So I just want to show you my process for getting those models from onto the computer to on the 3D printer. So I'm going to show you that today. But first, this video is brought to you by the RPG of Life Incubator from Cloud Underground. Make starting a company as straightforward as playing an RPG with the RPG of Life Incubator. Start building your business for free today. Link in the description below. Go get it now. Alright, so here is an Underground Nexus instance, and this is where we've been designing in Blender. So here's our Blender install that we've been using to design stuff like the cell phone, half of the cell phone clamp that we made a few weeks ago. So what I want to show today is what do I do with this? So I've got this thing created in Blender here, right? And we've got it saved and everything, but how do I actually get this to the point where I 3D print it? And I should say this will probably be a fairly quick stream today because this process doesn't take too long. But anyway, the first thing that we do is we need to export this model as an STL. So what we're going to do is we're going to just make sure that we're looking at everything here that is in our viewing area, because we don't want extra stuff. Like right now, if we export this, we're going to export the entire thing, including this giant print floor and this little cylinder here, which that probably won't matter since that's completely contained within our model, but this is going to be a problem, right? And so we don't want the whole floor of the printer, so let's delete that. We just want to export the thing that we want to export, right? So we want to delete everything else. And now we've got our little clip thing here, and we can go File and Export, and then we want to export it as a .stl. So we'll do that, and documents is fine. So this is the cell phone clamp half.stl. We'll just export it like that. And now, once we have an STL, we can go to our slicer software and slice it for the 3D printer. So I have a Prusa 3D printer and a Voron actually, but either way, I use the Prusa slicer for that stuff, so that's what I'm going to be using today. So this is Prusa slicer. This is actually installed on our Underground Nexus instance here, so I was able to do that just following the instructions on Prusa's website, which is pretty neat that they have a version that works in Linux. So we've got, this is, the build plate of the MK3S 3D printer, which is what I have. So what we would do now is just import that STL into our slicing software here. So we go File, Import, and then import STL, 3MF, step, etc. object. So the slicer can accept a number of different file formats, but STLs are kind of the one that's generally going to be used in most cases. I think 3MFs are specifically, I could be wrong about this, but I think they're a proprietary file version that works with Prusa slicer. Maybe they work with other slicers too, and I'm not sure about that. But basically a 3MF file will have a number of slicing configurations built into the file, whereas STLs, they simply are data about where points are in a plane that describes the object that you're trying to create, right? So let's go to our documents folder. There is our cell phone clamp half STL, and we can open it. And there it is. There's our little piece that needs to be printed here. And we can see that it actually does have a problem. And if we kind of scroll around, well, I'm not seeing it. Oh, see, I see it from far away for some reason. But it kind of highlights where the problem is. So like I said, you can see there's this little like exclamation point thing. And if we went into Blender, I bet we could figure out what's going on by going to edit. Wait, hold on. Where's our 3D printing stuff? If I go to edit, oh, that's so weird. Okay, hold on. Because I should have a 3D printing button over here. Let's go to our preferences here in Blender. That's under edit. And let's go to add-ons and let's see 3D view, animation pose, import. So we should have our 3D printing toolbox installed, and maybe I don't for some reason. I don't know why. I know I did this at one point when I was setting up the slicer, so sorry. Bear with me for a moment while I figure out what's going on. Development camera animations. Mesh. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Mesh. 3D print toolbox. I don't know why that got unclicked at some point, but that got undone. So that's what we need. So if we've got our 3D printing toolbox here, then when we click on the object and then we click on 3D print, we can do check all, and we can probably figure out, like if we go to edit, and we can click on which edges it's complaining about here, and we can see that yes, it's complaining about the same edge that the slicer firmware is complaining about. So if we fix this edge, which I think the problem is simply right here, actually I think there might be a gap, but anyway, it doesn't matter. The slicing software is actually pretty good about dealing with that, so we can just click on the thing. Oh, well, in the Windows version you can just click on this and it'll fix it, but maybe we can't do that in the Linux version. I don't know. Let's see, scale, simplify, convert, reload, printable, set, instance, and fill support. But I'm not going to worry about it. I don't think that this is going to be a problem for us, but let's slice and find out. So all we have to do once we have the model into our slicer is, well, I mean, if there's settings that we need to change, then we need to go to our print settings and change them here. So there's a lot of, there's many settings in here. I'm not going to go over them all. I think for the most part we should be fine. Let's just slice it and see what it looks like. So there's our slice. And one thing I'd like to do is look at where the seams are happening. And in this case, I think that's fine that the seams are where they are. So I always like to just go through the different layers and see what it's doing, make sure it's not doing anything odd. But this looks like a good print right here. So this would probably be just fine. Usually I do like to actually go with 3 perimeters too, so I'll do that as well. There we go. So that's what this model looks like with 3 perimeters. Are we using Arachne? Yeah, we're using Arachne. Okay, that should be fine. And this is with the 0.6 millimeter nozzle, so yeah, anyway. That looks like it would be a fine print. So now, the next thing that we would do, so now that it's sliced, we have this export G-code button. And if we click that, then it creates what's called G-code. And you have to make sure that you've got all of your printer settings correct. So in this case, I'm using, I've got it set up for the right printer and everything. I've got the right filament set up, yada yada. So that all should be good. So I just can export this now if I'm happy with the slice. And I'll go ahead and export it to documents. I think that's fine. And what this is a file that tells your printer the movements it needs to make in order to create this object. So we'll just click save. So then the next thing I would do, well, we can minimize that, is we would go and upload this to the printer. I use Octoprint for my printers, so we can access them via a web interface here. So we will go to the IP address for the printer. That's not it. That's the correct one. And this is the Octoprint login page. So we'll go ahead and just do this real quick. Yeah, you don't need to save. So this will get us into Octoprint. And then we could upload that file into here and print it. So there's some updates. I'm not going to worry about that right now. But yeah, here's our files. So I would just upload it in here somewhere by clicking the upload button, or you can actually drag and drop. Here is our G code file. We would click open. I'm not actually going to, but you know, if I clicked open, it would upload it on here, and then I could simply print it just using Octoprint here, which is how I control my printer typically. So that is how I take one of these files from a software like Blender or whatever and then 3D print it. So I just kind of wanted to go through the steps that are involved in that. I don't really want to talk about Octoprint too much because it's a little complex, and I think it's pretty, well, first of all, it's a very customizable solution. So this is my custom version of it, and it'll probably look a little bit different than anybody else's that you see just because I set this up myself in terms of like the layout of all of this stuff. And also, I think it's fairly printer specific, so it just doesn't seem like it makes a lot of sense to me to go over a lot here in Octoprint. But yeah, that's how it works, and you can actually see my printer sitting here in the dark, not doing anything right now. But that is the workflow I use to get from object to printing. So I hope that is interesting to people and kind of explains why I've been going over what I have been lately. So just to talk a little bit more about Cloud Underground for a sec, if you are interested in what we do, we are a venture capital company that helps cloud native businesses get funding. Building custom forged enterprise servers is part of how we help clients meet their funding goals. And you know, you can see we mess around with servers a lot. Like obviously this Underground Nexus instance is basically a server that's running different things. You know, I use servers to control my printers via Octoprint, etc. So yeah, I don't know. We mess around with this stuff a lot, and we can create custom solutions for you if you are interested in that sort of thing. The other thing you can do if you're interested in supporting our streams is we are selling these Raspberry Pi cases. They are for Raspberry Pi 4s. Hopefully I can get a Pi 5 in soon and retool this case for Pi 5s. But anyway, right now this only works for Raspberry Pi 4s. But if you want a case that holds 2 Raspberry Pis and has all of the power supplies and things that you need to get running with those Raspberry Pis, then you should take a look at one of our cases here. I think with that, I'm going to hop into Terraria for a little bit. So I have a custom Terraria server that is running on a Raspberry Pi actually, that we're going to mess around with a little bit today. And I probably won't play Terraria for too long here, but you know, get into it a little bit. I want to beat that jungle guy. So anyway, this is my Terraria server. We'll click multiplayer, join via IP, join this IP. Let me hide my password just for a brief moment. And then this is what Terraria looks like once you are logged into the server. And like I said, this is running on a Raspberry Pi, and I think it's a good demonstration of what these Underground Nexus instances are capable of, because this is running on an Underground Nexus instance and it works super duper well. I mean, you can see very little lag. Like, I mean, it's very responsive. Even when it's loading up a bunch of different assets, it doesn't seem to bother it. Of course, I think Terraria assets are fairly low power and small, but you know, it's still, I think it's still a good demonstration. So I'm gonna go beat the golem today. I should probably clear out this inventory a hair. Hmm. Ogre trophy. Ogre mask. This knife is sweet, man. I really like it. I might actually sell that Guardian Monk's belt because I've got plenty of them. Right, don't I? I've got 2 of them already, and I can get more. So let me ditch this in here. What is this? Holy cow, that thing is sweet. Alright, yeah, perfect. Okay, so. Hold on, what is this? I can't stick to things with it? Okay. I haven't ever really messed with the harpoon, kind of interesting. Go down here and sell a couple things to this guy. Alright. Offload these guys. I've got a decent number of defender medals. Alright, let's go fight the golem. Maybe I should grab some helpful potions first. My boss fighting kit, as it were. Ooh, that could be nice, but nah, I don't think I'll need it. I think I know the way. I've been down to this temple a lot. I've gotten pretty good at the route. I should fill in that gap right there. I'm going to. Ah! Or I should... I'm an idiot. Try this again. Ah. Oh, what is this? Butterfly dust, eh? I am not familiar with that material. Alright, I'm gonna do what I was gonna do there in the first place before I got distracted. Which is that. It's sick of having to jump up that stupid spot. I was just trying to figure out if I'd actually noticed that chest before. Place is nasty, man. Ouch. Not getting stuck there again. I've spent way too much time in that little corner trying to recover my gear and get the heck out of here. All the trap buttons. It's ridiculous. Oh, of course that's a mimic. I was gonna say I need to let my health come back, but nope, I'm good. Another mimic. Getting some good drops from those mimics, it looks like. Ow. Nice, this is it. Get some light in here. Oh no, there's traps in here? Yeah, I might have to deal with that. Holy cow. Those are painful. Picking up all these stupid trap triggering devices. I don't want to be fighting this guy and have traps falling on me the whole time. 2 over here. Alright, looks safe now. I got a feeling one of those buttons was... Alright, let's fight this guy. I probably should have... Ow. I'm so glad I got rid of all those traps. Oh, you know what I forgot? It was a cheeseburger. I'm not well fed right now. And I don't know. run myself out of mana so fast with that weapon. But mana does come back pretty quick, so I can... So far this guy's not too bad, but I'm sure he's going to get a lot harder here in a second. Once we get his second form unlocked. But I probably should have brought some other weapons. This yo-yo is not the most efficient thing here. So I think the targets are just a little too small. Makes the yo-yo a little clumsy. Oh boy. Now he's shooting lasers too. Gosh. Ow. This lasers hurt. Almost got this fist down. It's angry, that fist is super mad. Okay, one fist down. Okay, two fists down. Oh no, he breaks apart. Oh no. Is that just like his neck I just destroyed? Oh, and I can't even hurt the head just flies around and is invincible. That sucks. That's alright, we got this, no problem. Golem's going down. Whew. Got a strong pick saw. Hurtful golem fist. Ooh, that does a lot of damage. That's pretty cool. Come fight me. I want to hit. Yeah, this thing's a beast. Like it. Cool weapon. It's not material by chance, is it? No. But it does punch hard. Cool. I like this fist. What is this? Increases melee knockback, philosopher. No, we don't know what the butterfly does. Beetle husks. Alright, defeated the golem. I would like to see now. What is this butterfly dust for? Butterfly wings. Okay, okay. So it's another one of these essentially. Which I suspected was the case, but I don't know, almost need a separate box for just like wing material. Maybe I could put one of these. Anyway. Well, I did it. I defeated the golem. Kicked his butt. I think I'm gonna call it short stream today, but that's okay. Just wanted to go over a little bit of slicing stuff, and I don't know if I will be on next week or not at this point. I may make a stream for next week, but no promises on that front. So thanks for tuning in. If you would like to join or support me and future streams, then go sign up for the RPG of Life Incubator. Link in the description below. Go get it now. And also check out these Raspberry Pi cases if you're interested in a case that holds two Raspberry Pis, holds it upright, stacks, has an Noctua fan. Super cool. Like, what else could you want? Go buy one to support me, and we will see you later. So take care, everyone. Bye.